Well, I mean, it's just... Hi, welcome to the pilot.
Hi, welcome to our pilot.
For the extra podcast.
The extra podcast.
I know you wanted to do this. You want to just show them what you have?
Okay. Okay, our first activity is going to be taking a big fat whiff of these.
I didn't green light this.
I opened it.
I didn't green light this.
I'm take a sniff.
I didn't green light this.
Alright, we're going to try these. I've never had these in my life, but...
Basically, what we're talking about this time is basically any topic we can think of since this is the pilot. We're just thinking up stuff right now.
We're just brainstorming. We're probably just going to ramble about nothing important. No specific topic. I guess we can just do some introductions. I mean,
this is just double bubble. There's this introduction. I don't know what flavor I got though.
That is probably pineapple.
Mango.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's...
The darker one's probably pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
You're crinkling that thing right next to the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Nice job.
Alright. Coconut is my favorite.
I mean, I got no complaints. Double bubble's always really sweet. You good?
So good. Yes.
Okay. Well, say hello to our cast, by the way. Not even really a cast, just...
I pulled 3 of these out of my car, and you thought...
I pulled 3 of these from Goodwill.
We got these, I swear to God, in 2016. These 3 would have been like $7. These are in good condition from Goodwill.
They're missing their tags on the back.
Well, I mean...
Well, you said good condition. You didn't say great. I was just saying why it was only good condition.
They're not pristine, but they have no stains. And why I insist. This is not an advertisement, okay? I swear to God.
I really hate how when you move, it looks like he's turning. Like when you lean back and lean forward, it just looks like he's turning.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's terrifying.
I implore all of you, invest in Goodwill. You will not believe the treasures you find in there.
Not sponsored. Definitely
this isn't.
not sponsored.
This is not a sponsor. I swear to God.
Definitely
I'm
not
just letting
sponsored.
you know.
But so
we thought this would be a good background.
I don't regret it.
Neither. I think it's
okay. While we were driving here to do this, you brought up a good topic about zoos and what they used to be and what they are now. So you said you wanted to be a bio what?
Yeah. Okay. A little insight about me. Okay. Well, first of all, hi everyone. My name is Gray.
I'll shake your hand for them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You've all got your handshake.
This is my buddy Dalton. We've been friends for
4 years.
4 years.
About 4 years. Because I met Gray back when he was a freshman in high school and I was a junior.
Now I'm a senior. How time flies. It felt like...
No, it's 3 years then.
Oh, yeah. And
almost 4 years. Almost 4 years.
I have no track of time. Anyways. Yeah,
I just realized in our 3 years of friendship, we've never fought, we've never argued or anything like that.
Yeah, no, we're always on good terms. Love this guy.
Can't say we're not.
Love this guy. That's why we're doing this together. We thought of this last night and we were like, you know what?
We thought of it last night because I have my own YouTube channel called Darius Him Extra. If you haven't heard of that, if you do check this out, the link will be to the channel will be in the description down below. But we were talking about that, and then we were trying to think of ideas, and we basically just thought of this podcast.
And I was just... he was the one that was like, hey, let's do this. And I was like...
We went through so many names. He even suggested we do a Thog and Grog podcast.
Thog and Grog.
Excuse me. And I looked up Grog podcast. Excuse me. This gum. We looked up Grog podcast. It was already taken.
How?
For something called GrogCon. I haven't looked that up yet. I'll probably look that up because I'm curious what GrogCon is. And the picture of it was just like a picture of a 2-headed ogre. I need some Coke.
I don't know. It would have been Grog and Thog.
Me Thog.
Me Grog. Okay, so I thought that was a wonderful idea, but you know.
But then we came up with this. We started to think of other names for it and everything, and I didn't want this to be tied over straight to me since it's for both of us. If you've seen my vlogs over on the Darius M Extra channel, you know that I named it M Extra because I want to do like extra M Extra for the name of the vlogs. But I did not want this to be just my thing. We want it to be our thing. And the thing we came up with was just the Extra podcast.
I mean,
because we're just some extra fucking people.
It wasn't taken, so I mean,
exactly.
Which everything else was taken. Everything was taken. How?
Grog.
Who thinks of grog?
Exactly.
Why? Why would you do that?
I know grog is a drink, but who thinks of a two-headed ogre named Grog for a podcast?
I mean,
I'm not talking trash on them, by the way. I haven't seen any of their stuff. I haven't heard any of their stuff, so we have nothing to talk trash about them about. Don't take that out of context. We're never going to talk trash about anyone here, I don't think.
No, we don't.
We're at least going to try not to.
We're going to poke some fun at people if we ever find ourselves in that situation. I poke fun at everyone.
We'll get our friends on here and we'll just roast them.
Yeah. I'm the roast master, but like, we're never going to be too serious. We're never going to do any harassment. It's just going to be light, fun,
random stuff.
Let's just ramble about
basically that's
whatever we think of, whatever comes to mind. And we were talking about zoos.
Yes.
In the car. That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
What was it that you brought up that made me go off?
I'll put a picture of it here on screen somewhere, but there was a picture I have where it said Steve Irwin, or not Steve Irwin, what's his name? Tiger King guy. Long hair.
Joe Exotic?
Joe Exotic. It said Joe Exotic was Steve Irwin's Wario. And that got Gray like on a tangent about how zoos used to be compared to how they are now. So
yeah, definitely.
I'll leave that to you, because you made some really good points.
I made some really good points. You see, a little more insight on me. I'm studying to become a wildlife biologist. I'm just going to find my way through that path. Whatever I can take, I'll take. So a lot of people get the idea of zoos in the modern world in a wrong way. So let's look at zoos from years ago. Let's look at the evolution of zoos, okay? So what I think the purpose of zoos was, hey, let's just take these animals. Wow, look at these exotic animals. Okay, give me your money. That's basically how it was. And now we have these animals in captivity that they've been in captivity their entire lives because that's just how they lived, and they can't be released into the wild. That's suffering for them. They have to stay here in order to have a fulfilling life. They can't be wild. They're wild and they're exotic, but they're not wild, really. And so I think a lot of these zoos are switching over to a more progressive idea, like, hey, let's educate these people about these animals. We're not just showing them off for some revenue. That's horrible. That's what happened in the past. Some of that still happens today in other parts of the world, which is why I want to study so hard to... Let me turn my phone off. I want to become a wildlife biologist, so, one day we won't have this issue, and we won't have these wild animals being taken from the wild into captivity. But the animals that are already in captivity, they have to be in enclosures. They have to live like that. So
they don't know how to live in the wild.
Exactly.
All they know is they just know, hey, there's this person that comes in and gives me food. I don't want to hurt him because I may not get any more food.
They're way too used to humans. If they're out there, it's all in all, it's a horrible idea. These people are like, hey, we need to release these animals. They need to go back into the wild, and someone will take their pet bunny, and they're like, okay, you're wild now. Go into the wilderness, and it doesn't know what to do, and it dies in like a few hours.
Picked off by a hawk.
Exactly. So there is a major difference there. So a lot of these zoos are like, hey, we have this situation, let's try to make the best out of it. Let's try to make the most out of it. So they use these animals as wildlife ambassadors. And so they give them enrichment, they try to make their lives as great as it can be despite the fact that they're not in their true environment. And they're like, hey, these are these animals and this is how they live in the wild where they're supposed to be, except for these ones, because these are the unfortunate ones that have been here. Or maybe they have an injury, or they can't go out into the wild, or maybe somebody had them as a pet. I guess, is that Joe Exotic's thing? He had pets or something?
No. What he did was he started off a zoo with a bunch of exotic tigers and big cats and stuff like that. And eventually, it got to the point where people found out, like, he had, like, shot them in the head if they got, like, a small injury or an injury or whatever. He wouldn't pay to have them healed or anything. They found the skulls and the skeletons of those tigers after he was arrested. That was also they tacked that on to his sentence. But his thing at first was, yeah, these animals are cool. I'm gonna take care of them. I'm gonna treat them like this is a zoo. Like I'm gonna show people what these guys are like. But then he became sort of crazy man, and he was just kind of like, hey, money. Basically, Mr. Krabs if he were like, if he had a mullet.
Mr. Krabs is.
Well, I mean, Mr. Krabs doesn't care about his employees. He made SpongeBob and Squidward work like days in a row until like SpongeBob had Krabby Patty psychosis,
oh my God.
And he saw everyone was a Krabby Patty.
Don't be like Mr. Krabs, please.
If you are like Mr. Krabs, then please change. Please change.
Please don't be like Mr. Krabs. He has a good.
Not that kind of change. No pennies. No pennies.
No pennies.
But yeah.
But yeah, I get that's a good comparison. I get it. A lot of people, they start up a business and it's all lighthearted. Yay, we're gonna
and then Mr. Krabs.
And then the money gets to them. There's a term for this. I heard of it in The Hobbit when that dragon died and there was all this gold and these people were like, all this gold.
Oh,
I could have it.
I remember from The Hobbit. It's called dragon sickness.
Dragon sickness.
It's when the riches get to them and they start going like mad with power and riches, which is what happened to Thorin Oakenshield's granddad, or was it his father?
I don't know.
I think it was his granddad, because his dad then left him and started wandering around the world because they found what was called like the Arkenstone or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've just seen scenes of that, but that's something.
Hey, it's a good trilogy. You should check it out. I personally think it's better than Lord of the Rings itself. Sue me. I don't care. That's my thought.
I read page 1 and 2 of The Hobbit, and I couldn't read anymore. I
like how we started talking about zoos, then went to SpongeBob, and now we're on The Hobbit.
We're gonna backtrack. I swear to God, this is all coming together. We're not.
They're all taking place in the same world. Joe Exotic is not from our world.
Oh my God. This is all coming together, I swear to God.
He's Gandalf's evil brother.
Okay. So anyway, Dragon Lust. Yes, that's a
No, it wasn't Dragon Lust.
No, I want to get back to the
topic. It was Dragon Sickness.
Dragon Sickness. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever it is. Dragon Sickness. So I guess it's not, it's a made up term, I guess, but when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's kind of like what happens to most major companies.
Well, it's a made up term, but then you have people who are actually out here saying money is the root of all evil, which can be shown by that. They don't have a lot of money and they're all smiles, happy, they're taking care of their animals and stuff, and then they get money and they're like, hey, these animals are just my toys. I can do what I want with them.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying. Why did I say Dragon Lust?
I don't know.
I need to get off the
Let's get off that.
Okay. So yeah, would you say Joe Exotic had a little bit of dragon sickness?
Oh, no, absolutely he did.
Absolutely, okay. I don't know too much about Joe Exotic. I don't care.
Haven't seen Tiger King, have you?
I have not seen Tiger King.
I did see Tiger King, and I gotta tell you, if we're comparing it to Tiger Sickness, yeah, Tiger Sickness.
In this case, it could be Tiger Sickness.
It could be. I mean, the man had tigers all throughout his trailer. I mean, he had tiger skin everywhere. But no, yeah, he definitely would have had dragon sickness if that's what the term would have been called.
All right.
Because it wasn't until he started getting money that he cared just about the money. He stopped caring for the animals. Like there was a scene in Tiger King where someone burned down his alligator pen or whatever. They were in a building and they burned down the alligator thing, and the alligator's boiled alive. Jesus. And he was trying to talk about it, but each time he messed up even the slightest, he seemed like he was angry. But every time he messed up in the slightest, he would just go and be like, you know what? Let's redo that take. It just didn't seem like he cared.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of people are just completely in it for the money. They don't care about the.
I like how we're talking about Tiger King when Tiger King crazes ended.
I mean, it applies to the zoo discussion that we somehow brought up.
Well, yeah, the zoos just a lot of them care, but there's a percentage of them that just don't. They care about the profits, which sucks. But then you look at them and you can see that they're taking care of them, but they're not taking care of them to take care of them, because they're like, hey, these kids like seeing these animals, they're giving us money, let's just take care of them to get more money.
Let's do the bare minimum. I've seen plenty of zoos do the bare minimum. Like I've seen a a gorilla enclosure. It has a ledge and a tire swing.
Are you talking about that video where
concrete pavement?
Are you talking about that video where the gorilla like grabs a raccoon's tail and throws it off the cliff?
No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, that's. I don't want to say that's hilarious, but in the sense of nature is cruel, that's hilarious.
In my opinion, it wasn't funny until someone made it look like Smash Brothers. When the raccoon fell off the screen, it did like the.
I mean,
I still felt bad for the raccoon. The raccoon survived, from what I understand. He survived. He was all good.
Different levels of sensitivity, but nature is cruel, and you got to understand that. You know, some creatures will just crush a creature's skull just cause. And you know, you got to be like, wow.
Dangerous animal.
That's nature. Wow, that happened. Okay, you can't be like, oh no, the poor baby. We have to help it. We have to save. Well, that's nature.
Well, to help save animals, did you hear what some people in the savannah are doing to white rhinos to save them?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
They're putting a non-toxic red dye on their horns because the people who are going to the savannah are hunting the white rhinos almost into extinction. But if you dye it, there's no use for it anymore.
Value goes down. I was thinking about touching on this topic too. I'm such a wildlife nerd.
This is an animal podcast right now. This is our first episode. Welcome to the animal kingdom.
We have our vast variety of animals here. We have animatronic animals and we have mythical animals here.
One's wearing his mother's skull. That's the lore.
I mean.
That's the lore.
Yeah, nature is cruel. Like I said, it's cute.
No, he doesn't have a choice.
It's cute, but nature is cruel. Even in the fictional universe, that's how it is.
You know what worries me about that actually? That he wears his mother's skull.
What?
If you breed them and hatch it, it hatches with a skull.
No comment. How? Nintendo, explain.
Nintendo, if you watch this, just because we mentioned Cubone, if you watch this, I don't care if they censor us. What I want them to do is comment down below about why it hatches with a skull. And its bone. As you can see, it's got a bone. It carries a bone.
It came free, extra with the egg hatchment. It's free attachment. Anyways. I wanted to also touch on the poaching topic. I really want to get into trying to work for probably a non-profit, most likely non-profit wildlife sanctuary. Most of that's going on in Africa, so I'm not much for the heat, but if it's for the sake of wildlife, trying to conserve wildlife, I'm willing to go all the way down and live in there for like a year or two. I mean, I'm down for it. But yeah, I think the ways that we try to reduce poaching are really interesting. I've also heard that, I guess this is it's like a more difficult method, but you can, what's it called when you put an animal to sleep really quick, like a sleep dart?
Tranquilize?
You can tranquilize the white rhino, and you take the horn off.
Well, no, that's what's causing them to die.
That is?
Yeah.
They must replace it or something, because I've seen that they would like take some of it off.
I mean, you know what? I don't even understand why they want the horn of the rhino. Do you know what a rhino's horn is made out of?
What?
It's keratin. Do you know what keratin is?
Yeah, it's just bone.
What?
It's just bone?
No. Keratin is what our hair and fingernails are made out of.
Okay.
That's basically all a rhino's horn is, just hair. It's just really tightly packed hair.
Doesn't it have like healing powers or something?
Medicinal properties or whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter if they have a medicinal property or not. If it kills them, don't do it.
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe
and
that
was if it's just keratin you need, or if it's just keratin you need, then just get it from something else. I'm
thinking of ivory on elephant's tusk. That's what I'm thinking of. They would not euthanize. Oh my god, they would tranquilize an elephant.
They euthanize the elephant.
No, please don't do that. They would tranquilize the elephant and they would take the tusks off because they were poached for that. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking about the rhino. I'm thinking about the elephant. That's what they would do to them.
I never heard of any of this, so I don't know anything about what he's talking about. So this is new to me.
You know about the rhinos. I know a little bit about the elephants.
I'm in my own little world. I know Pokemon. I know Pokemon. Here, excuse me, real quick. I know Pokemon.
Yeah.
I know about mythical animals. I know about animals that don't exist.
Yeah.
But I want to know why Meowth has a gold coin on its forehead. Like, is it embedded into its skull? Can you just, like, take it off to shine it?
No. Please don't try. Please.
You say that as if they're real.
Please don't try to remove your Meowth's gold coin on its forehead.
You watch the anime and the future is just going to prove to us that it can just be taken off with no issue. It's just going to be like...
I need a new coin, please.
Well, you know what's even creepier about that? Thinking of that, the amulet coin in the game, the style of the coin that is on the amulet is the same as Meowth's. So it makes you wonder.
Pokemon, so
this is news to you then.
I don't know what you're talking about. Interesting.
Hey, this is news to you then.
I don't even know. I played I have Pokemon Pearl, and I've never completed it, and I had some.
You haven't beaten one of the best Pokemon games, man.
I've just never gotten around to it. I play it for 5 days, and I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. I have all these Pokemon, and I'm gonna beat the game. It's gonna be so cool, and I'm gonna have a bunch of legendaries. And then I just get bored, and I go play Animal Crossing
Okay, I'll give you that. Animal Crossing is better. I will give you that. I'm a big Pokemon person. You can tell by my pins. I've got a... That's not straight. I have a Froakie, and I've got a Sobble. But, yeah, I'll give you that. Animal Crossing is better.
All of these are... Okay, I have these 3 Pokemon
Except these 3. These 3 are Pokemon.
These are not Pokemon, I swear.
They're fake mon.
I have this one, Zora?
Zorora. No, that's the new one.
I know its evolution is Zorak. Zoroark.
It's wild.
And I know Sylveon, and I know Cubone. But those are all...
This Cubone got your ho-ho-hos on it.
Yeah.
Because it's got...
I used to have a little Santa hat on there, but it's on a different plushie I have. They're all gifts. I really don't know much about Pokemon. I really don't. I'm not into... I like it.
I will teach you.
I like it. I know some. I've never watched the anime. I've never completed a game. I played Pokemon Go for a year.
I still have that.
That's about it.
I still have that. You know, we were going to make this an introduction video to this channel, and we've actually made, part of a podcast already, as much as we wanted to. In actuality, it's probably been 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
20. Let me check my phone.
Probably not even that. It's probably been 15 minutes.
When did we start?
I don't know.
I think
Well, I'll see how long it is in the editing process.
I don't know. I just get curious. I don't know.
Either way, this is just an introduction video, but we want to at least touch on a few things.
We're gonna get better at staying on topic.
We'll also get better at just podcasting.
Yeah, I've never done this before. He already had... My glasses are crooked. He has, as he already said it earlier, he has his own channel. He talks. He's kind of used to it. I'm stuttering, and then sometimes I'm talking about something, and my mind goes
even though I have my own channel, it's not like I don't stutter either.
Yeah.
I mean, even on my own channel, I stutter. It's nothing you can just get used to.
Yeah.
So he's doing a good job. He is. Comment down below.
We're
1 between
thespians.
10. 1 between 10. Yes, we are thespians. I was part of the. We were both part of the drama club in the high school, which you probably would still be too if it weren't for COVID. Anyway, but yes. So that's actually how we met, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we met through drama. We pretty much. Yeah, I don't remember anything. I had memories. It's so bad.
See, I had been in drama club already for about a year at that point because I had a friend who asked for a favor, and I was like, sure, what's the favor? And she was like, hey, so could you do this for the drama club? And I was like, I mean, I'm not much of an actor, but if I don't have to do much, then yeah.
Little did he know.
Little did I know I would get hooked on it. Little did I know, because if I remember it correctly, it was 101 Ways to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse or something like that.
Oh my god! I
one of the
remember that shit. That was probably the first time I saw you.
I
went to that show. I was in middle school.
I played one of the zombies. I had one of the torn up white shirts
with
blood all over.
You laid
my glasses. I had to stay crooked like that because I had to make it look like I didn't care I was a zombie. It hurt my eyes so much.
I remember he laid backstage, to the far, the whole stage was open. I was pretty sure.
Yeah.
None of the wings were closed. He laid back there, and I was like, "Is that a prop or something?" He laid there for an hour or something. It was laying there
because I had 3 parts I had to be in, and after those parts, I didn't have to be in anymore. Yeah. So after that, I was just kind of I am tired. Because it was like 6, 7 at night, and I was like, I didn't get to go home and have a nap, so I just kind of laid back there on the couch, and everyone was like, "Bro, are you okay?" And I couldn't sleep because everyone was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good." And I couldn't fall asleep like I wanted to. And I was angry.
Yeah, I remembered all those.
I remember the person I was dating at the time that was part of that show too, and when the zombies had to fall after they got shot, she fell and hit her head on the truck tire that we had on stage.
Was that the girl that you had that issue with at prom? Or was that a different girl? Because I remember...
It was a different girl.
No, it wasn't prom. It was homecoming. We were at homecoming and you were like...
Yes, and
she
then
was there?
She tried to get back with me even though she was with someone else.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember how it
was. That was... Either way, other than that, homecoming was a good time. I mean, I got to be with my friends and everything later. But yeah, that's how we met. We met through drama club.
Yeah, that's
and if I could still be a part of it to this day without being in high school, I would. I really would.
Let me go back to high school, please.
Just for drama club.
Yeah, just for drama.
Just for drama club.
I've never done. Do you do the summer shows?
No.
I've never.
I haven't done any of them yet. I want to. I really want to. I haven't yet though.
Me neither. I'm just too busy during the summer.
I mean, if I could, see, I know Lena's done a few of them. Our friend Lena. I would talk to her about that.
Yeah.
But
I'm not.
I just haven't. Because working at a pub, I work at a pub. Working there, and then Summerfest rolls around. Oh yeah. You know, it gets really busy. I have to work double shifts all throughout Summerfest, and you're always on your feet. There's no stopping. So summer is pretty packed for me when I work at the pub.
Summer is labor. Summer is all of our. I'm very community oriented. I'm constantly.
I'm not.
I'm doing festivals. I'm selling cotton candy. I don't know, whatever they need me to do. Whatever the man tells me to do, I'll go do it. You know, just
whatever the man says.
For those service learning hours. I don't know about
Well, if it's just for service learning hours, you're done your service learning hours by now.
I have like over 200 service learning hours.
Imagine if you could give your service learning hours to a friend that doesn't have them.
I know. I was thinking of that, and I was like, I could totally just be like. Hey.
This episode has been a roller coaster already. Zeus, Joe Exotic. We've been going up. Joe Exotic, SpongeBob, and then Mr. Krabs.
I don't even think I can get back to the topic of zoos. I'm just gonna get too upset. Like, they're not bad. Zoos are not bad. Let me wrap it up.
Some of them.
Let me sum it up. Let me sum up the zoo.
Give us the synopsis.
A lot of zoos are becoming more progressive. They're like, hey,
yeah.
We care about... I use my hands to talk. We care about animals and their well-being, and we also care about education.
I don't think you're using your hands to talk right now. You're just doing this.
I'm fanning myself. We are...
It's hot in here. We're doing this in his sunroom.
See, you can see the gleam of...
It's hot. It's hot.
One thing I regret about cutting my hair, you have to be stuck with seeing my huge forehead. My forehead is
huge
massive.
Foreheads? Huh.
Put your hat back on. Put it back on.
So no, see, I've even got a widow's peak.
No!
Oh.
Sorry, I moved. It's okay.
I think that's where we should end it, don't you?
Yeah, let me wrap it up. Let me finish. We're gonna figure out a better way to do this. We're still testing things out.
We're testing the waters.
A lot of zoos are turning over a new leaf. That's the term. They're turning over a new leaf. You gotta make sure you know which zoo, if you want to spend money in a zoo, if it's going to like a wildlife organization, if it's going to better the world. Don't just go and see animals because you want to be like, oh wow, it's an elephant, oh wow, it's a giraffe. A lot of local places that somehow have an elephant, like I've seen at the Renaissance Festival, I've seen at our state fair, horrible conditions for these animals, and people are just like, oh, I'm going to have my 3-year-old go ride an elephant, and I'm going to pay $2 for it, yay!
By the way, we're not talking about this subject because we're being paid by someone to talk about this. We're talking about this subject because we genuinely care.
This is my genuine concern.
This is also just our first episode.
And it should be yours.
This is also just our first episode, too. Sponsored by nobody.
Sponsored by nobody.
If there was a sponsor on our first episode ever with 0 subscribers and everything, I'd be happy.
I mean...
I'd be very happy. But... So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. I hope you guys enjoy what we have in store in the future.
That was crazy.
We should be making podcasts every Sunday, and then I can probably upload them on Mondays because I got to go through the editing process and everything like that. I do my own editing on my videos, and I'll probably do the editing over here.
I don't do anything. I just sit there. And I gain this.
You provide the room.
I provide the room in 3 out of the. I provide half of the plushies.
What plushies?
Never mind. They're not there.
But thank you all so much for watching. If you like what we're doing here, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Just let us know in general in the comments just how we're doing with this. Let us know if this is something you're enjoying. Let us know if it's something that you're going to enjoy. Each episode is going to have a different topic. We're not going to try and stick to the same topic every episode. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching. I mean, or listening.
Should we have a catchphrase?
No.
Brofist.
No. We're not getting copyrighted by PewDiePie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sorry, Mr. Man. I won't do that again.
PewDiePie will be on us. But we're gonna do different videos, different topics for each episode. If we have a topic that goes into the next episode, then so be it. But this is basically just how it's going to be. So look forward to the next episode. Look forward to what we're going to talk about next.
Give us suggestions. Don't be afraid to criticize. If my gum chewing was obnoxious, by the love of God,
it probably might have been.
It probably was. I realized 2 minutes in, I was like...
Then you're like, no.
I was like... I think you gotta edit that out. That was pretty bad.
Can't edit that out. But, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening, too. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sitting through this. I'm so sorry.
Even though we've just rambled the whole time. A whole 2-3 minutes about Mr. Krabs. Anyway,
I don't know much lore about Mr. Krabs, so...
We hope that you all will watch and or listen for our next video. We'll try and upload as often as we can once a week. That's it. We'll see you next time.
Suggestions, criticism, let us know.
Yep. See you next time, everyone.